Hey guys, AngryBeast here bringing you some Team Defender gameplay on the map Fallen and using the Scar here with the red dot sight and the kick proficiency you see because that's all I have unlocked. What I want to talk about in this video is how the developers really don't know what they're talking about. I get a nice first blood there, but coming into Modern Warfare 3, everyone's excited because the developers had announced that we are adding stopping power to all weapons, and so they're going to be like they have stopping power built in, which they did for certain weapons, like the ACR now has stopping power built in, which is great. Great for that gun, they added stopping power, it sped up the game. However, for certain weapons like the Scar, they took away stopping power from this thing. So in Modern Warfare 2, it was a 3 to 4 hit kill without stopping power. And in this game, it's a 3 to 5 hit kill, and there's no stopping power. So in Modern Warfare 2, you could get a 2 to 3 hit kill with stopping power, but it just doesn't make sense to me how they could change this weapon from being such a monster up close and at a range because it had good accuracy and really high damage to what it is now. It's a mediocre assault rifle. It's a little bit better than normal up close because it has a little bit higher rate of fire than average. But at longer ranges, it's absolutely horrible, and that's where it was excellent in Modern Warfare 2. You could pretty much snipe people across the map with this thing. Yes, they added 10 bullets to the magazine, but that's really not too big of a deal to me. I mean, I just run extended mags with the Scar all the time. Because it had such high penetration already, it didn't need the FMJ. Its sights were God mode, so it didn't need the red dot sight. And overall, they just really butchered this gun, in my opinion. Now, I know it's usable, as you can see in this game. I can use it. But it's just not the same to me. I don't know. There's just something about this weapon that they changed to the point where I don't care for it anymore. I know for a lot of people they really enjoy it. Like, I believe T. Martin loves this gun. I know Mega Liar loves this gun. But to be honest, this is not one of my favorite weapons. But I'm using the kick proficiency basically because I have nothing else unlocked. And on the Scar, it doesn't do anything really at all. Because it already has such a low recoil profile, it actually has the lowest recoil profile of all the assault rifles in the game. Besides maybe the G36C, depending on how you look at recoil. Unfortunately, I get owned by the Bouncing Betty there, but the kick is all I have on there, and I'm using the perk Sleight of Hand, Quick Draw, and Stalker Pro. Sleight of Hand is just an all-around good perk. I mean, I like being able to reload fast. Although with the Scar, it's not too big of a deal because it already has a pretty fast reload as it is. Quick Draw is just a really, really good all-around perk. I mean, you got the faster aimed out sights, which can actually act as stopping power. I can go into more in depth on that in a later video, but it can actually act as stopping power on guns with low damage over range. And finally, I have Stalker because I'm playing aggressive with this weapon. I mean, there isn't too many other ways to use it. It's horrible at a distance, in my opinion. Even though it has the low recoil, the 5 bullets to kill just takes too long, and for my taste. Now, in Team Defender, what I like to do is I like to protect the guy with the flag. Although right now I do have the flag. Generally speaking, you don't want to be the one running the flag in Team Defender because that's just basically putting yourself in a death threat. I mean, a death situation. So I wouldn't recommend doing that, but it can work to your advantage. I mean, you get a lot of XP for holding the flag, and even as I'm running around, I'm staying alive. And I only died by the random shoot, what is that? Stray front coming in through the map. And the guys we're playing against, I'm gonna admit, are pretty bad at the game. And I do build up my kill streaks later on in the game. I think I'm running the good old 579 setup, the Predator missile, the attack helicopter, and the Reaper. Oh, excuse me, I'm not using Quick Draw, I'm using Overkill. I'm using Overkill with the UMP-45, which I don't pull out too much. Sorry about that. But yeah, I actually did build up Overkill Pro, and it's really not worth it, other than putting an attachment on your secondary weapon. It doesn't really give you that much of an advantage. I mean, you don't need its attachment, especially if you're using a gun like the UMP-45. But overall, this setup is pretty good. I mean, you can get a pretty good aggressive setup going here, and you do have some long range advantage with the Scar. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, its low recoil does help it quite a bit, but in most situations you're going to keep it close range and use your special grenades to your advantage. I get a double kill by shooting a flashbang at the Betty there. That was pretty cool. For maneuvering the map on Fallen, you probably want to stay in this area of the map. I wouldn't recommend running through the middle of the map. Like, that's just a plan for death there, because the way this map plays, at least in a Team Defenders, everybody wants to go to the corner of the map up to the right there from the Predator missile, or to my left here. And because of that, you want to basically maneuver the map so that you can stay in a situation where you can intercept the people who are all trying to run towards that spot of the map. Now, in this part of the map has a lot of head glitches as well, which is really nice when you're trying to play a little bit more defensive with this gun, which can also be very successful. I mean, if you want to build up a kill streak, this would probably be my go-to gun because it's so reliable. I mean, it's always a 3-hit kill pretty much, except for if you're at close range, you get a headshot. It's never going to be less than a 3-hit kill. So in my opinion, this can be a very versatile weapon, but it just doesn't compare to weapons like the G36 or the ACR as far as effectiveness in game. On paper, this weapon is probably one of the best assault rifles, but in practice, at least in my hands, I always seem to overshoot with it. I always seem to fire too many bullets at a target. It ends up making me have to reload too late. But anyways, guys, gameplay's over. Hope you enjoyed. Catch you guys in my next video.